Do we have a quorum? Yeah. Yep, one person.
Yeah,
No, there's four of us.
Is that Amy?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Give it another 30 seconds or so.
We're missing one person at this kind of show. He's usually online. Is Jim gonna show
Do
up
have-
today?
Jim is just walking through the door. We'll
Ah.
just give him another minute
He's here.
here.
Okay.
He likes to make mentions.
Good evening.
Mr. Bird, good evening.
We were just wondering where you were. Where you are.
Oh, 6 o'clock.
I'm here. A little left.
I'll catch you on the way out to sign the minutes, Jim.
Yep.
As soon as Jim sits down, we'll fire it up.
We have a quorum, so whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right. We would like to start the Planning Commission meeting of November 10th, 2020. Call to order. Can we get a roll call of who's here?
Commissioner Aguirre,
Here.
Commissioner Byrd,
Here.
Commissioner Davis,
Here.
Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Pittenger,
Here.
Commissioner Stevens,
Here.
Chairman Miller.
Here. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the election to the Parks Commission, a representative from the Planning Commission. I would like to make a nomination of Bill Davis. Second. Okay, we have a second. So let's, I guess we need a vote.
Who did the second?
I second it.
Okay,
Jim.
great.
Commissioner Aguirre,
Aye.
Commissioner Byrd,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger,
I guess I could vote.
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens,
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye. Okay. Congratulations, Bill. You're back on board. All right, now we've got some adoption of minutes. Do we want to do these individually, Debbie, or do we want to do them?
If there's no revisions, you can do it in one motion, but if there's revisions to one, then you would want to do that one separately.
Does anybody have any revisions?
Well, we should probably read them. Does anybody have any revisions of February 13th, 2018?
No.
Okay. April 10th, 2018.
No.
September 12th, 2018.
No.
And then lastly, just last month, October 13th of 2020.
I move we accept the 4 groups of minutes as stated without revision.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Aguirre,
Aye, but I need to abstain from the first 3. I wasn't part of the planning commission.
Commissioner Byrd,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger,
Abstain.
Commissioner Stevens,
Aye, same as,
abstain.
yeah, abstain
Chairman
from the
Miller.
first three.
Aye. Okay, pass the minutes. All right, item 5 is a public hearing. Public hearing for land use application 187200061, Maxwell subdivision. Can you tell us about that, Debbie?
Sure, I will read the hearing disclosure statement. The review criteria for a subdivision is found in Coos Bay Municipal Code, Chapter 17.367, and it was included in the staff report and notice. Testimony and evidence must be directed towards the applicable criteria or other criteria in the plan and land use regulation which a person believes is applicable to the decision. Failure to raise an issue with sufficient detail to afford the decision makers and parties an opportunity to respond to the issue precludes appeal on that issue. The applicants the applicants have applied for a 13-lot subdivision at the north end of Coos Bay at the end of the platted Maxwell Road. They have designed it so that access would be gained not from Maxwell, but from North Bend, from the abutting property owner, which is owned by the airport, and connect up eventually through Roosevelt to Connecticut. Their access, their utilities such as sanitary sewer and storm drain will be through the city of North Bend. The applicant has proposed a vacation of Maxwell Road as they own the abutting property to the west and to the north. And they are currently going through that process with our operations department. A portion of that, a small portion of that at the north would be included in the subdivision, and the rest would just be vacated right of way. So the decision criteria, 1A, the application complies with the provisions of this title and Chapter 18.15, which is Transportation Facilities. Upon review of the submitted information and input from, again, the abutting property owner, the city of North Bend, and staff, we found that the applicant has provided the necessary information to determine its consistency with that chapter. And with the noted conditions of approval, that criteria could be satisfied. 1B of the decision criteria, the application will comply with all applicable regulations by satisfying all adopted conditions of approval, or that necessary adjustments, exceptions, modifications, or variations has been approved or are required to be approved before the final partition is approved. And again, as submitted and reviewed and conditioned upon the list of 34 conditions of approval, staff finds that the project could comply with this approval criteria. And 2A through D talks about phasing projects, subdivisions that are phased, and that does not apply to this project because it is not proposed to be phased. Also, with 3A through D, they are proposing one flag lot. So flag lots should be provided with an all-weather surface with an unobstructed vertical clearance of at least 13 feet 6 inches. The improved surface shall be at least 20 foot wide and be marked and signed as a fire lane. The pole portion of the flag lot does not count towards a minimum lot size. And the next couple sentences of that don't apply because the flag lot pole is not more than 150 feet. But a part that does apply at the end, access easements across abutting properties Two public or private right-of-ways have been provided, and the city engineering has determined it to be satisfactory. And again, as conditioned in the supplementary staff report, staff finds that the flag lot complies with the decision criteria. The next slide. This kind of imposes an aerial view of the area, mainly to show how it is going to connect through the city of North Bend. We did talk to the fire department and the police department. I guess it's not uncommon for one jurisdiction to cross another to get to areas that they serve. So there were no issues regarding that, and they have permission from a budding property owner and the city of North Bend to connect to those services like the sanitary sewer and storm drain. And they are working on or have achieved the easements necessary to do that. So as a conclusion to all that, the application complies with the applicable provisions of this title and Chapter 18.15 of the Coos Bay Municipal Code, Transportation Facilities, and with all applicable regulations as conditioned. The subdivision makes appropriate provisions of potable water supply and for disposal of sanitary sewer waste, and phasing is not proposed. The flag lot, which is Lot 9, will comply with all development standards. Therefore, the decision criteria has been adequately addressed and approval can be supported subject to the conditions noted in the supplemental staff report, which again was provided to the Planning Commission and posted on the city's website last week. So as a final recommendation, based on everything that was said, staff believes that the decision criteria has been adequately addressed, and approval of the application 187-20-000061-PLNG can be supported based on the statements of fact and findings, conclusions, and the applicant's submitted evidence that would be attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference, and subject to the 34 conditions of approval as noted in the supplemental staff report on pages 10 through 19.
Okay, very good. Before we move any further, is there anybody that would question this, the Planning Commission hearing this on jurisdictional grounds? And if not, is there any conflict of interest? Okay, hearing none, do we have somebody here to speak in favor of this project? Please state your name and address.
Sure.
Come up to the mic, please. Get nice and close.
No, this one here, Haley up here, sorry.
Come up to the, yeah, come up to the mic.
Okay.
Hi. Nice to see you all again. Okay, so I'm Haley Sheldon. I'm the planner, the contract planner for the applicant, who is a Brad from Red Moon Development. I think you might have met Brad before or seen one of his lovely developments here in our city. And we have over here Dan Heidelberg. Dan is the construction manager, general contractor for Brad, and Justin Wilson, who is the engineer on the project. So I don't have too much to add to Debbie's report. We've gone through all of the conditions of approval and think that they're great, accept all of them, and we'll work with the Public Works Department to gain the necessary approvals for each one of these lots. So what we're requesting here today is the subdivision. Each individual lot will be developed on its own in the future through normal means, through going to the Public Works Department and getting the necessary permits to do each one of the elements of the development on that particular lot. The applicant intends to put large and beautiful single-family homes on these lots. So these lots are going to be in the city of Coos Bay, and the unique element of this application is that they will be served with the utilities of the city of North Bend, which the applicant has worked very hard for almost over the last year to work on the different approvals that they need, working with both of the cities to be able to organize this, and with the airport. So I think that is really it. If you have any questions for us, feel free to ask.
I guess I don't have any questions. It's a very long list of conditions, but if you've agreed to them and met them, I think that's great. All right, thanks, Haley. Okay, is there anybody here to speak against this subdivision?
Hard to argue with it. I mean, we get the taxes out of it, and North Bend takes care of all the other stuff. So, you know,
Well, all right, we'll close the hearing and deliberate. Yeah, Jim, good point. And it's good use of that property. Glad to see something happening with it. It surprised me. It's been a long time since we found a subdivision or anything with this many conditions, but it's nailing it down to where it meets all the ordinance.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody out there on the Zoom that's got anything to say towards it? Amy's smiling.
She's all by herself.
I'll chime in. I think this is great. I'm all about housing. We have such a shortage in our area, especially if it's single level homes. I think that's what she said, or did she say single family?
Single family.
Single family? Okay. Well, either way, we need some housing here, and might as well squeeze them in over there, and I think that'll be wonderful.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, are we ready for a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I move to approve the project number 18720000061 PLNG, subject to the finding of fact and project conditions specified in the November 10th, 2020 Planning Commission staff report and attachments.
I'll second that.
Okay.
if I'd have seen it all written out like that, I'd have been,
I saw that. I was quick to get it. I figured I could do that without stumbling too badly.
that's
Can't
pretty
wait
handy.
anymore, Jim. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Let's do a roll call.
Commissioner Aguirre,
Aye.
Commissioner Byrd,
Aye.
Commissioner Davis,
Aye.
Commissioner Pittenger,
Aye.
Commissioner Stevens,
Aye.
Chairman Miller.
Aye. Okay. Do we have to wait for approval on
I'm
this?
sorry. There is a 15-day appeal period from the date the decision is put in writing, which, because we're closed tomorrow, will probably be Thursday.
Well,
Very good. All right. Okay, next is, are there any public comments for the planning commission?
No.
Okay. Then let's go to administrative comments. Do you have anything, Debbie?
I just wanted to mention that we will not be having a December meeting. We'd have no public hearing items, so what we have can be delayed until January. And I have given everyone here, anyway, a 2021 calendar that shows the Planning Commission hearing dates that you can add to your personal calendar so you don't forget us. And we do expect applications at our January hearing, so enjoy your break.
All right, commissioner comments?
I just wonder, they still got the ballot box out there, can we still, go ahead and add it?
the ballot box stays a year round.
Is it there
Does
all
it?
the time?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no
I
idea.
didn't know.
Yeah. I don't think they look at it though.
I wonder if they know that it's been out through all this.
They had to check it out, right?
You can only use it year-round in
Seems
Georgia.
like an irregularity to me.
Well, okay, there's no other comments. Staff, is there anything from staff?
I already-
Well, that's
Okay,
unusual.
well, I guess everybody have a nice holiday.
holiday. Oh, Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Oh, you
we'll
mean,
be here for
you mean, you mean Veterans holiday tomorrow?
Yeah, but then it's not gonna be
That,
December.
that and a couple bucks to get you a cup of coffee though.
Yeah. All right.
Someplace, I can't remember where it was, but someplace you get 10%, I get 10%